been over a decade since the first Avengers assembled, yet the impact of these iconic heroes remains stronger than ever. But what happened to the stars who brought these legendary superheroes to life? Some soared to even greater Hollywood heights, others explored new creative paths, and a few faced unexpected challenges along the way. Let's catch up with the original Avengers and see where life has taken them since their blockbuster team-up. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. Now 60, RDJ was the man who kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man in 2008. Before that, Robert had already made a name for himself in the 80s and 90s with critically acclaimed roles in Weird Science, The Pickup Artist, Less Than Zero, Chaplin, which earned him an Oscar nomination, Two Girls and a Guy, and Natural Born Killers. However, his career almost came to an end due to serious struggles with drug addiction and several arrests that led to time in rehab and jail. Many in Hollywood considered him unemployable by the early 2000s. But in one of the biggest comeback stories in film history, Robert turned it all around. After getting clean, he made a slow but steady return through roles in The Singing Detective, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Zodiac. Then came Iron Man, and the rest is history. RDJ brought unmatched charisma, wit, and depth to the role of Tony Stark. While still in the MCU, he also impressed in other major films like Tropic Thunder, Sherlock Holmes and its sequel A Game of Shadows, and The Judge, showing his range beyond the Iron Man suit. Endgame marked a powerful farewell for the character and closed out Robert's Marvel journey. At least that's what we thought. To fans' surprise, it was later announced that RDJ would return to the Marvel Universe in a new role, taking on the iconic villain Dr. Doom in the upcoming films Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. After Endgame, Robert starred in Dolittle, which flopped both critically and financially. However, he bounced back with Oppenheimer, delivering a career-defining performance as Louis Strauss, winning the Academy Award, Golden Globe, and several other awards for Best Supporting Actor. Between 2013 and 2015, he reigned as Hollywood's highest-paid actor according to Forbes. His films as a leading actor have grossed more than $14.3 billion worldwide, placing him third on the list of the highest-grossing actors of all time. In his personal life, Robert dated actress Sarah Jessica Parker in the 1980s, but they separated in 1991 due to his struggles with addiction. In 1992, he married Deborah Falconer after a brief courtship, and they had a son in 1993. Their marriage ended in 2004 due to Robert's ongoing battles with rehab and jail time. In 2003, he met producer Susan Levin on the set of Gothica. Despite initial reservations, their relationship blossomed and they married in 2005. They have 2 children. Fun fact, in 1985, Robert was part of the fresh, young cast brought on for Saturday Night Live. However, after a year marked by poor ratings and criticism of the new cast's comedic abilities, he and most of the crew were let go and replaced. Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. Now 43, Christopher Robert Evans became the embodiment of courage and integrity as Captain America, but his road to Marvel wasn't easy. He made his screen debut in the TV film The Newcomers in 2000, followed by a role in the short-lived series Opposite Sex. He appeared in early 2000s comedies like Not Another Teen Movie and thrillers like Cellular, along with indie dramas Fierce People and London. Though he gained attention as Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four and its sequel Rise of the Silver Surfer, critical reception was lukewarm, and he struggled to find a project that truly elevated his career. Throughout the 2000s, Evans kept working, voicing Casey Jones in TMNT, starring in Sunshine, The Nanny Diaries with Scarlett Johansson, Street Kings, and Push. But nothing really clicked until Marvel came calling. In 2010, he was offered a multi-film deal to play Steve Rogers. He initially turned it down, worried about losing his privacy, being typecast, and feeling creatively boxed in. But a heart-to-heart with Robert Downey Jr. convinced him to take the leap. Evans debuted as Captain America in The First Avenger in 2011, a role that transformed his public image and redefined his career. Over the next decade, he portrayed Steve Rogers across multiple MCU films, blending strength and vulnerability to become one of the franchise's most beloved characters. Outside the MCU, Evans took on diverse roles, starring in The Iceman, Snowpiercer, and directing Before We Go. After Endgame, Evans took on a wide range of roles that proved his versatility. He starred in Knives Out, Defending Jacob, The Red Sea Diving Resort, The Gray Man, and the romantic comedy Ghosted. He also voiced Buzz Lightyear in Pixar's Lightyear, made a cameo as Johnny Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine, and starred in the holiday action comedy Red One. His films have grossed over $12.4 billion worldwide, making him the sixth highest-grossing actor of all time. In 2022, People magazine named him Sexiest Man Alive, and he's earned a reputation for being warm, grounded, and surprisingly low-key off-screen. In his personal life, Evans dated several actresses, including Kate Bosworth, Jessica Biel, Minka Kelly, and Jenny Slate. But in 2023, he married Portuguese actress Alba Baptista in a private ceremony. Fun fact, Chris Evans learned tap dancing from his mother, a dance teacher. He's mentioned in interviews that it's one of his favorite hobbies and a great way to unwind. Chris Hemsworth as Thor Odinson. Now 41, Chris Hemsworth brought power and charm to the role of Thor, the god of thunder. Before wielding Mjolnir, he was already building a steady acting resume in Australia. He starred in 3 episodes of the fantasy TV series Guinevere Jones as King Arthur in 2002, made brief appearances in the soap Neighbours, 1 episode of Martial Law and another in The Saddle Club. He gained national attention as Kim Hyde in the Australian soap Home and Away. After moving to Hollywood, Hemsworth landed a small but emotional role as George Kirk in Star Trek in 2009. That same year, he starred in A Perfect Getaway, followed by Cash in 2010. In 2011, Hemsworth officially joined the MCU as Thor, a role that would define his career and make him a global icon. He reprised the role in The Dark World, Ragnarok, the Avengers movies, and Love and Thunder. Hemsworth appeared in a number of films during his MCU run. He starred in The Cabin in the Woods, Snow White and the Huntsman, and its sequel Winter's War, Red Dawn, Rush, Black Hat, Vacation, and In the Heart of the Sea. In 2016, he showed his comedic side in Ghostbusters. In 2019, he teamed up with Tessa Thompson again for Men in Black International. He then led the action thriller Extraction, which became one of Netflix's most watched original films. After Love and Thunder, Hemsworth released the Disney Plus docuseries Limitless with Chris Hemsworth, exploring the science of human longevity and health. He returned to Netflix for Extraction 2 in 2023. In 2024, he played the villain in Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, and voiced Optimus Prime in the animated feature Transformers 1. Altogether, his films as a leading actor have grossed over $12 billion worldwide, making him the 9th highest-grossing box office star of all time. Hemsworth's transformation into Thor made his physique one of the most talked about in Hollywood. After years of training and physical conditioning, he launched Center, a fitness app offering users access to personalized nutrition, wellness, and workout programs. In 2014, People magazine named him the sexiest man alive. In his personal life, Hemsworth briefly dated Isabel Lucas in the late 2000s. He has been married to Spanish actress Elsa Pataky since 2010, and the couple has 3 children together. In episode 5 of Limitless, Hemsworth revealed that his maternal grandfather had Alzheimer's disease. Genetic testing showed that Hemsworth carries 2 copies of the APOE4 gene 1 from each parent, putting him at an 8 to 10 times higher risk of developing Alzheimer's than the general population. Did you know? In 2006, Hemsworth competed on Season 5 of Dancing with the Stars Australia, partnered with professional dancer Abby Ross. He was eliminated after 6 weeks. Marvel producers initially hesitated to cast him as Thor, concerned that fans wouldn't take a former dancing contestant seriously. Clearly, those fears were unfounded. Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff. Now 40, Scarlett Ingrid Johansson became one of Hollywood's most beloved and highest-grossing stars as the Black Widow. Long before she picked up her iconic red hair, she made her first major screen appearance at the age of 9 in the film North and had a minor role in Home Alone 3. It was her performance in Manny and Lo that truly showcased her exceptional talent as a child actor. Johansson was recognized early on, earning praise for her performance in The Horse Whisperer and Ghost World. As Johansson transitioned into adult roles, her career flourished with both indie and mainstream projects. She starred in Lost in Translation, Girl with a Pearl Earring, The Perfect Score, Match Point, and The Prestige. Her breakthrough into the global scene came with Iron Man 2, when she made her debut as Natasha Romanoff, a role that would forever change her career. She continued her journey with appearances in the 2 sequels of Captain America, all the Avengers movies, and finally, Black Widow in 2021. Outside of the MCU, Johansson continued to work in diverse projects starring in Chef alongside RDJ, Don John, Under the Skin, Lucy, Marriage Story, Jojo Rabbit, among other movies. She also voiced Kaa in The Jungle Book and Ash in the animated musical comedy film Sing and its sequel Sing 2. In July 2021, Johansson sued Disney over the simultaneous theatrical and Disney Plus release of Black Widow, claiming it breached her contract and cost her box office bonuses. The dispute ended with a settlement, reportedly netting Johansson over $40 million, and she maintained her relationship with Disney. Post-MCU, she appeared in Asteroid City, North Star, Fly Me to the Moon, and she voiced Alita 1 in Transformers 1. Johansson returned to the MCU as an executive producer on the 2025 Thunderbolts movie. As of today, Johansson's films as a leading actress have grossed over $14.5 billion worldwide, making her the highest-grossing box office actress and second highest-grossing film star of all time. In addition to her acting career, Johansson has explored music. She appeared in Justin Timberlake's music video for What Goes Around Comes Around and released 2 albums, Anywhere I Lay My Head and Break Up, both of which charted on the Billboard 200. Johansson's striking beauty and curvaceous figure have led to her being labeled a sex symbol, with numerous media outlets ranking her among the world's most attractive women. She has capitalized on her status by endorsing major brands including Calvin Klein, Dolce & Gabbana, L'Oreal, Louis Vuitton, and has been a prominent face for the Spanish fashion brand Mango since 2009. Personal life-wise, Johansson was married to actor Ryan Reynolds from 2008 to 2011 and to French businessman Romain Doriac from 2014 to 2017. Since 2020, she has been married to comedian Colin Jost. Johansson is a proud mother of 2 children, one with Doriac and one with Jost. Fun fact, Johansson lost the role of Lisbeth Salander in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because the film's director David Fincher found her too sexy for the part. Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. Now 57, Mark Allen Ruffalo's journey to becoming the beloved big green smashing monster in the Marvel Cinematic Universe began long before his iconic role as Bruce Banner. Ruffalo made his film debut in the horror film Mirror, Mirror 2, Raven Dance, followed by Mirror, Mirror 3, The Voyeur. He had minor parts in films like The Dentist, Safe Men, and Ride with the Devil. By 2000, Ruffalo was starting to make a name for himself, starring in You Can Count on Me, The Last Castle, My Life Without Me, Wind Talkers, and In the Cut. His impressive filmography continued to expand with We Don't Live Here Anymore, View from the Top, 13 Going on 30, Collateral, Just Like Heaven, and Zodiac, among others. However, it was in 2012 when Ruffalo's career truly transformed with his casting as the Hulk in The Avengers. Ruffalo replaced Edward Norton in the role, and his portrayal of the character became universally praised. His version of Banner was deeply human, with a perfect balance of vulnerability and strength, while his portrayal of the Hulk was both explosive and emotionally resonant. He reprised his role in Thor Ragnarok and all the Avengers sequels. In addition to his work within the MCU, Ruffalo found success in other non-Marvel projects during his time with Marvel Studios. Notably, he starred in Begin Again, The Normal Heart, Foxcatcher, Infinitely Polar Bear, Spotlight, Now You See Me, and its sequel Now You See Me Too. Post-Endgame, he continued to appear as Bruce Banner in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Ruffalo's post-MCU career has continued to shine with standout roles in films like The Atom Project, Poor Things, All the Light We Cannot See, and Mickey 17. In 2002, Ruffalo was diagnosed with a vestibular schwannoma, a benign brain tumor, also known as an acoustic neuroma. After surgery to remove the tumor, Ruffalo suffered partial facial paralysis and permanent hearing loss in his left ear. Ruffalo is also known for his commitment to environmental activism. He has long been an advocate for climate change awareness and other environmental causes. He co-founded the organization The Solutions Project, which promotes clean energy, and has frequently spoken out about the need for policy change to address climate issues. On the personal front, Mark Ruffalo has been married to actress Sunrise Coiney since 2000, and they have 3 children together. Fun tidbit: Ruffalo was known for unintentionally spoiling key plot details of MCU films. He famously spoiled the ending of Avengers: Infinity War a full year before its theatrical release, and also revealed significant plot points for Avengers: Endgame a few weeks ahead of its premiere. Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton. Now 54, Jeremy Lee Renner was carving out a diverse career in both film and television before becoming the sharp-shooting, arrow-slinging Hawkeye in the MCU. He made his first notable appearance in National Lampoon's Senior Trip. In 2002, Renner portrayed the infamous serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer in Dahmer, a performance that garnered significant attention and earned him critical acclaim. His visibility continued to grow with an appearance in Pink's Trouble music video, where he played a bad boy sheriff. His roles continued with SWAT, The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things, A Little Trip to Heaven, Neo Ned, and 28 Weeks Later. Renner's big break came in 2008 when he starred in The Hurt Locker, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. He also had a role in Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, solidifying his place in the action movie world. At the same time, he was preparing to step into the shoes of Clint Barton in the MCU, making his debut in Thor in a cameo as Hawkeye, before officially joining the Avengers in 2012, marking the beginning of his long association with the MCU. His character, often seen as the more grounded and human side of the superhero world, quickly became a fan favorite for his humor, skill, and loyalty. He appeared in several MCU films where his role was expanded. Renner's filmography during his time in the MCU also included roles outside of it. He starred in The Bourne Legacy, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, and American Hustle. He also appeared in Kill the Messenger, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, Arrival, and Wind River, where he starred alongside Elizabeth Olsen, his fellow MCU co-star. While filming Avengers: Infinity War, Renner shot scenes as Hawkeye, but ultimately his character was left out of the final film. His scenes were instead moved to Avengers: Endgame, where Clint Barton's arc as the Ronin was explored. Fans were excited to see his transformation into a darker version of the character. He then starred in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series in 2021. Following his departure from the MCU, Renner starred in the hit crime drama series Mayor of Kingstown. Renner's entrepreneurial spirit has also been evident outside of acting. He founded his production company, The Combine. In his personal life, Renner dated Rashida Jones in 1995 and was with Jez McCallan from 2005 to 2010. He married Sonny Pacheco in 2014 after the birth of their daughter. The marriage ended after 10 months and a tense custody battle followed. They now share joint custody. He later dated Isa Gonzalez in 2018 and was linked to her again in 2020. In 2023, he began seeing Amber Monson, but their relationship ended after a reported incident where Renner was rude to Monson's family. Did you know? In 2023, Renner was crushed by a running snowcat while saving his nephew from being pinned and likely killed by the tracked snow removal vehicle. And that's a wrap. From their rise in Hollywood to everything they've done since the Avengers, this cast has experienced it all. Whose post-Avengers journey caught your attention the most? Let me know in the comments below. Would you like a part 2 covering the other Avengers who joined later? I'd love to hear your thoughts.